Ever think about how much we complain? And we complain about the weather, whether it's too hot, whether it's too cold. We complain about work, about our boss, our coworkers. We complain about school. We complain that the teachers are unfair, or that the test is too hard, or that it's just boring in general. We complain about our families. Not much more needs to be said there. We complain about our health. We complain about traffic. We get caught in traffic jams and all. We complain about our pastor. No, I'm sure you guys don't do that. But we complain about our politicians and how they're handling, especially this coronavirus. But what is the root of a complaining spirit? Well, I think if we're honest with ourselves and we really look at it deeply, it is pride and selfishness that is at the root. We have this misguided understanding of thinking and even demanding that everything should go my way. That's at the root of every bit of complaining. Complaining is the characteristic of someone who has become a navel gazer. Someone who's just staring at themselves, thinking more about yourself than you are of being aware and standing in awe of the master conductor of life. I mean, think about it. Every little thing that happens in our little world is orchestrated by God. The rain that we just had with all the flooding, orchestrated by God. Your jobless situation or being laid off, orchestrated by God. Your online schooling that you're having to do, students, that was orchestrated by God. Even the marital differences that you have, your personality differences, your preferences, everything that gets on your nerves or whatever, God has orchestrated that. He has put you two together to use that to shape you and to strengthen you. Even your sickness, your health issues, the traffic jams that I just mentioned, the decision by our governor to wear masks, every one of those things has been orchestrated by God. So, how do we respond? Well, I think Paul spoke to it very clearly when he said in Philippians 2, he said, "Do all things without grumbling or questioning, that you may be blameless and innocent, children of God without blemish in the midst of a crooked and twisted generation, among whom you shine as lights in the world, holding fast to the word of life." So, we as Christians are to live in such a way that demonstrates complete faith and trust in God in all circumstances. The world should see something obviously different about how we handle difficult situations and difficult people in life. And so, your responses to the way the coronavirus has been handled, man, let me ask you, has it been blameless? Have you been innocent? Your responses to your job situation, to your spouse, to your children, to your health, have they been blameless? Have you been innocent? Maybe we all need to stop and get alone with God and confess our own pride and selfishness that is behind our complaining spirits. God's desire for us is to, as he said in Matthew 11, to take his yoke upon us, learn from him, for he is gentle and lowly in heart, and we will find rest for our souls. For his yoke is easy and his burden is light. That is exactly what God wants to do in our hearts right now. I don't know if you're in the midst and struggling with complaining and being critical, but may you just run to Christ. May you just look to him and just rest in his word and let that feed your spirit today. And may we be people who are uniquely different, that we respond differently to everything that's going on in our lives and what's going on around us. And so may we be witnesses, and may others see that there is just something different about us. And may that open up the door for us to be able to share about the great God that we serve. So may that be your prayer today, and I'm praying for you in that process. God bless.